Alright, welcome to Within Reach Movies QuickTime Transcription Workflow Process tutorial. Alright, so here's our hard drive and we got our footage on it. We're going to open up a clip. It's under Within Reach Media 2 and we're going to open up Cassia at the Woodfolk House. It's a QuickTime file, so it just opens up right in QuickTime. Now we got to open up our log, which is in numbers, our clip log. This is what our log looks like. Here's our transcription right here. Here's icons, some keywords. So let me just give you an idea of exactly what's in this clip log. We got the hard drive location. We got the folder within that hard drive. We've got the file name. We've got the duration of the clip, the date of the clip, the type of clip, whether it's A-roll or B-roll. A-roll is interview footage, B-roll is filler clips like nature shots and stuff. The community location and shoot. So, for example, it will be Earth Haven Eco Village in North Carolina or whatever. The interviewee or main subject's name. A thumbnail, which we make through making screen captures of the clip, which is helpful for going back through the footage. Keyword tags, so if we want to search for a keyword, it'll bring us to this clip. The transcription itself. And then highlight clips that we've included as a separate cell. So when we're actually searching through all this footage, when we're done with this project and we're trying to make our movie, we can actually just go straight to the highlight clips right here and kind of read through and get an idea of all the best footage right there. Alright, so we're going to start this transcription process. First of all, we got to do first things first, and I'm not going to take you through each process and fill in the blanks, but because you can figure it out. This takes a while, but the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out the hard drive that it's on. So got to go to your Finder. It's on Within Reach Road Team Main Drive 2. So I would go back to my numbers file and type that in. The file folder is Woodfolk, Cassia, and Twin Oaks, Paxos, Louisiana, Virginia. Okay, so we're going to highlight that, copy it, click once to open up a place where you can copy it. Go in there, and we're going to highlight it and then paste it in there. That's how you do that. Same with the file name. Here's the file name. Click it once. You can hit Control A to get all of it, copy it, and then paste that in there. Alright. How do you get the time code? We need how long this clip is. Okay, well, we opened up our file already. Down here is the time code. So you just, on the right side of this, on this side, on the right side, we can just be gentle and hit copy it, highlight it and copy it. And actually, that was the beginning of the clip. We want to go to the end of the clip and do that. So do the same thing, highlight it, copy it, and then drop it in there. Alright, we want a date. I like to do the date as 5/29/2009. That's the way I type in a date. Alright, A footage, so we just type in A. And of course, if you've been typing in here before, it pops up selections for what you want to type in, A or A-roll or B-roll. So there you go. I'm going to type in a capital A though. There we go. Alright, Woodfolk House, Charlottesville, Virginia is the location, so I've typed that in already. Her name is Cassia Arbabi. I've learned that because at the very beginning of every interview, I've asked the interviewee for their name and to spell it on camera so that we can have it for the subtitles, and there you go. And you can always have your person's name to go refer back to for the subtitles. Keywords. Alright, keywords are important because we want to be able to know, certain things about the clip at a glance without having to read through the whole thing. So her name, her location, she was in a co-op, that's the type of community we're talking about here versus an eco-village or whatever. The location, so Charlottesville, Virginia, she's a young woman versus an old woman. She's in her 20s. She's talking about the subject of, I think, cooperative living, gardening, spirituality, stuff like that. I haven't listened to the whole interview yet, so I wouldn't know, but I want to go back and make sure I fill in more keywords at the end of the interview, kind of summarize up. She's Middle Eastern, she's got diversity, she's ethnic, those might be things I might be wanting to search for later in the movie project. Alright, so I'm going to fill up the screen here with the transcription module. the transcription cell, I mean, because it's going to be easier as I'm alt-tabbing back and forth to see, and it's also going to be easier for you all to see. Alright, so I've already started this transcription. I started by putting in the first frame of the first time code frame, so I copied that, pasted it, and I was talking first, so I would hit R, and for Ryan and Mandy we just use R or M because we're always in the interviews, but for the actual interviewees person, I'll put their full initials. Alright, so as you can see, I've been talking for 18 seconds. We get to go back to the video clip, click in the center to get off that highlight, and press spacebar.
This house in the movement, in not like I'm cool and hip, but more of like give people some context for why you know what you're saying. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Alright, so at 18 seconds she started talking, so I went and highlighted that and pasted that in here, and then she said some interesting things, so I'm going to play that.
So I've lived at Twin Oaks Intentional Community Commune for about 5 years, and as a member there.
And I thought that was interesting, so when I typed that out, I highlighted it and turned it red so that we can see in our text where it is, in our transcription text, and I'm also going to copy that, and I pasted where that clip started. It started at 29 seconds, and I pasted in my highlight section here and put the time code there. Great. So I'm going to keep going with the transcription, and then you can see me transcribing, see how fast the process or how slow the process is. I'm pretty slow right now, but I'll get faster as we do this more.
I've also visited all of the FEC communities, and as well as a bunch of other communities, just traveling around, and both in this.
Okay, so I've got my cursor where I want to start typing. I go back a little bit.
As well as a bunch of other communities, just traveling around and.
Just traveling around and. Okay, perfect. There we are.
Both in the States and in Europe.
Both in the States and in Europe. Oops. Alright, I'm doing really bad right now, but we'll get in the hang of it once I get in the groove. Put all the ums and any hesitations in because we want to edit those out later, and that tells us where they are, gives us an indicator. Also, if anybody laughs off screen or says anything, you want to put in like their initials and laughs and says yay, so that we know that we might want to edit that out later, or that there's an interruption there. But okay, so Europe and go back a little bit.
And spent varying chunks of time.
And spent varying chunks of time.
Varying chunks of time from a week to.
From a week to.
2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Try on like a community farm. 2.5 months at Try on like a community farm.
Oops. At Tryon Life Community Farm. In Portland. There we go. Alright, we're going to stop. Make sure to hit save every time. Command save. Every time we stop, get to a stopping point, try to remember to do that so that we don't lose any information that we've so preciously, hardworkingly typed out. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll be done with this video. And check out our next one, which is about AVCHD transcription. It's a whole different workflow. Thanks a lot. Good transcribing.